Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Tom and Jerry's Giant Adventure. Now, Tom and Jerry's Giant Adventure is a 2013 animated fantasy comedy direct-to-video film that is meant to star Tom and Jerry, but unlike the last two films I covered, like Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, this one follows its own original story and is a better adaptation. So pretty much the premise of the film is meant to be about Tom and Jerry living with Jack and his mum in the theme park known as Storybook Town, which has become dilapidated, broken down after its founder passed away, and of course, after selling a cow to sort of make ends meet and kind of help pay up Mr. Bigley, who is kind of after the theme park to become its own strip mall. And of course, you know the rest of the story. Sell cow for beans, mum gets disappointed, basically beans end up growing to a beanstalk, and of course we are introduced to the premise of the real story, which we're shown to Fairy Tale Land, which has every sort of storybook character. Little Miss Muffet, Humpty Dumpty, and what's actually interesting is the film really knows how to use Tex Avery characters, but give them the roles of other storybook characters, like Droopy being Old King Cole, and Squirrely Squirrel being Simple Simon. And what's actually interesting is they actually got Grey Lyles to play Red, a Tex Avery character I think a lot of old fans know about, and you can tell Grey Lyles does a fantastic job with her singing voice. And this is an actress who can do some good singing roles. If you want her to do songs from Brave and the Bold, she can do it. When you want her to do Trap of Love from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, she can definitely do it. And again, when you kind of got the giant character being voiced by Tom Wilson, you can tell Tom Wilson does a great job with Ginormous, who is meant to be this evil giant who terrorizes Fairy Tale Land. And yeah, like the movie, like the storybook, this does have the same premise from the book. Basically find Golden Goose, basically get down the beanstalk, cut it down, and yeah, it's its own original take with a few minor tweaks. But I think in a way, it doesn't need to focus on something like Wizard of Oz or basically Willy Wonka. It's mixing the story around and sort of having its own original take. And I think in a way, you can tell they still try and keep the Tom and Jerry conflict, but trying to keep it more sort of them wanting to help Jack keep the theme park, and you can tell they really do a good job with this. And I would say that unlike the other two, I actually enjoyed it. I actually found it a bit better. Well, I do think with 57 minutes, you can kind of tell they had to do a lot, but you really know they do their best. So, in a way, Tom and Jerry's Giant Adventure is enjoyable. If you're a fan of storybooks, or if you have kids who love fairy tales, then this is the film for you. So in general, a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.